The NFL is doing very badly. You know why everyone's watching politics? Because they find politics to be much rougher than the NFL. It's much dirtier and more disgusting, and they don't change. You know, in the NFL, they change the rules. They make everything like coming back. You can't touch anybody. Somebody tackles too hard. They say 15-yard penalty and you're out of the game and you're out for the season. You know, the old days, right? It was a little different, but it's still tough. But this is much tougher. And people see it. But you have to see the ratings. That's why the ratings are bad for a lot of the sports. Nobody ever thought of this, but I thought of it. A couple of people wrote it. The ratings are bad because so many people are watching this. It's tougher. It's true. But they're going to be calling for us. Please, please run again. We think we're going to endorse. I got endorsed by the Pittsburgh, right? Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. I got it endorsed first time since 1972 that they endorsed, right? It's a big newspaper, very good, very liberal newspaper, but that's okay. But first time since 1972 that they endorsed a Republican, so it's an honor. And if you don't read the first 2 or 3 paragraphs, it was one of the best endorsements. Yes, we don't like him. Yes, he has a horrible personality. But listen to this. It's not that I do, but I have been under siege illegally for 3.5 years. I've been fighting for 3.5 years, and I said to somebody today, I wonder what it would be like if the fake Russia hoax and all this crap with the impeachment over nothing, over a phone call, that was perfect. That was perfect. I wonder what it would be like if we didn't have all of this horrible stuff. And if it didn't, you know, we'd have a very calm situation. And maybe I'd be less popular. I don't know. Maybe I'd be less popular. Because you know what? The fact is people see that we fight. We're fighting for you. But it's just it's a really dirty, horrible business. But I said today, because they would say, they don't like the personality, and he's always fighting. I'm fighting to survive. You have to survive. Very few people would have survived. They would have been in the corner. They would have said, Mommy, Mommy, put their finger in the mouth, put their thumb in the mouth and say, Mommy, Mommy, take me home. I'm out of here. Get me the hell out of here, Mom. And say, forget about the American people. Mommy, I want out of here right now. No, we can't do that, but you have to fight hard. And then you fight hard and you hit them back. And then they say, there's chaos in the White House. They caused the chaos. We have a great group of people. We have a lot of them here tonight, great people in the White House. But it's true. I wonder if it would have been different, you know, if they didn't. Because these were all, we caught them spying on our campaign. We caught them trying to take out a duly elected president of the United States. That's treason. That's treason. We caught them. And someday, maybe something's going to be done about it, too, you know? Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. They can't. We don't want to do anything prior to the election. Well, what about me? They did it to me before they spied on my campaign before the election. We shouldn't do anything prior to the election. And you know who we caught? Barack Hussein Obama and Sleepy Joe Biden. They were a part of it. We're going to get these reports out. They should get them out before the election, as far as I'm concerned. Should get them out right before the election. Should have gotten them out a long time ago. We have information you wouldn't even believe it. I don't even get involved. I always said I'm going to stay uninvolved. It's very hard for me to do, I'll tell you. No, it is, because, you know, I didn't have to do that. I thought it'd be the right thing. And yet they did the Mueller report, right? The phony Mueller report. 18 angry Democrats, smart. 18 angry, vicious. Many of them worked for Hillary Clinton. 18 angry Democrats. They spent $48 million. And at the end of 2.5 years, no collusion, okay? A friend of mine said, you have to be the most innocent man in the world. And they checked everything. They checked taxes. For $48 million, you check taxes, right? And by the way, we announced, you know, I prepaid millions and millions of dollars in taxes. They didn't say that. They refused to say. They say, well, prepaying isn't paying. I said, no, it's prepaying. That's even worse. Millions of dollars, many millions of dollars. And that'll all come out. Every correct. And you know, when you look at it, when you look at what's gone on, seriously, Think of that. Just think about that tonight when you're with your family. I wonder if it would have been difficult, different. I wonder if it would have been a different kind of a feel. And you know what? Honestly, maybe it wouldn't have been as good. Maybe we wouldn't have these massive crowds because you see what somebody is when we're under siege, and you people get it. You're smarter than them. You're smarter than these people. You get it, and you've always gotten, and it's a beautiful thing. And I'll never forget it. I want to tell you, I'm never going to forget it. But we were under siege, and we caught them, and it's treason or whatever you want to call it. But with Sleepy Joe Biden, they don't want to write anything. We caught the whole thing. The son, where's Hunter? Where's Hunter? The son was like a human vacuum cleaner. He'd go in and follow his father. Let's go to China today, son. They fly in on Air Force Two, right? I guarantee you one thing, Mike Pence, I know his kids, they don't do that. They don't do that. They're unbelievable kids, military. But let's go to China today, Dad. I'd like to follow you. It's like, walks out with $1.5 billion fees on, oh, he must be a great investor. The greatest investors don't make that deal with China. China doesn't do that. They don't give money out for other people that are less smart than them to invest. Let's give our money to somebody that's not very smart to invest, okay? That's a great idea. He walked out, it only took him 10 minutes to get it to $1.5 billion. That's millions of dollars in fees. The big one was the 10 million, you saw that one in the letter. He wants 10 million a year for introductory purposes, okay, 10 million. But it all blew up. By that time, the laptop from hell was found. The one that Schiff said was developed in Russia. It's unbelievable. And then you have Ukraine. He goes into Ukraine. His father was in charge of Ukraine, right? He was in charge of Russia, Ukraine, China specifically. He goes into Ukraine, $183,000 a month. Do you have energy experience? It's an energy, right? Burisma. Do you have energy experience? No, I don't. I don't know anything about energy. Well, we'll pay you $183,000 a month, and we'll give you an upfront fee of approximately $3 million. Would that be satisfying? No, think of it. No, think of it. And there are other things too. Then he's got the brother, or he's got a whole. This is a corrupt enterprise. And then they had the big man gets 10%. The big man. Who's the big? He's not a big man to me. To me, he's a very meek, fragile. He's a fragile person. And he's very agitated. I watch him today. He gets more time on Fox